Uh, it is a proof that this man is not the problem of the Arabs, but he is also the problems of the Jews, some kind of the Jews. Because when he rejected the demand and the request to meet with he and his deputy, Danny Ayalon, with your delegation, and the delegation of congressmen sent to Israel by the J Street, it was a blunt saying that this man is a real fascist. Why I'm saying so? Because we are talking a man who is leading a policy of hate speech, mainly against Arabs, but also against Jewish progressive part of Israel and here in the United States who are thinking in a different way of him. If you are saying that the Palestinians have the right to have an independent Palestinian state, you are automatically categorized by Lieberman and his party as an enemy or a betrayer. That's why he is not willing to meet you or those who are sent by you to visit Israel. I was in Austria before 2 weeks in the Bruno Kreisky Forum, and I said to them, you had Jörg Haider in your country. We have Avigdor Lieberman. Both are, by definition, are fascist, but there is a difference between the kind of fascism. In Austria, Jörg Haider was a local indigenous racist or fascist acting against foreigners, immigrants. Here in Israel, we have a fascist who is immigrant and foreigner acting against indigenous. This is the new fashion of fascism. And he is day by day asking us to be loyal to what he is thinking, to Zionism and to the army of the occupation. And if not, no one Arab should be absorbed or accepted in any governmental office, or his citizenship should be revoked. He is not talking about only Ahmad Tibi once he asked to assassinate me from the podium of the Knesset. He is talking about collective revoking of citizenship of the Arabs, and then to send them to or the Palestinian Authority or to Gaza. He was so generous to give us choices. But I said, I had never said that I am willing to deport anybody from inside Israel. But if someone should be leaving or deported or moving, those who came last should leave first. We did not just drop in from the sky. We did not came by ships or by airplanes. We were there. We were born there. We are willing to have coexistence, but not coexistent between those who are superior and those who are inferior. I cannot accept it at any case. We do want coexistence based on legal and political equal rights between all citizens.
Yes, sir. Yes, Paul Verdine with Friends of Seville, North America. Paul Verdine, Friends of Seville, North America. I congratulate you, sir, on maintaining your sense of humor under living in these absurd conditions.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's important for your maintaining your sanity.
So much.
But I want to ask you, we hear mostly on the blogs email alerts about violence against Palestinians on the West Bank from the Jewish settlers there, although we don't read about this very much in our own mainstream press, such as the Washington Post or the New York Times. But as far as what you might be aware of, are you aware of any violence physical harassment against so-called Israeli Arabs within Israel, especially since Mr. Netanyahu became prime minister? Thank you.
According to the Orr report, Judge Theodore Orr official report, the Israeli police is dealing with the Arab citizens as enemies. And there are numbers. At the year 2000, 13 of us were shot and killed. From that point, today, 45 Arab citizens, Palestinian Arab citizens of Israel were shot, killed by the vast majority of them by Israeli police and security forces. No one police was sent to jail or even investigated in these events. No one police, no one officer. And this is a message that the system is sending to those policemen, that you can shoot and kill an Arab citizen without being punished, or that shooting an Arab is not a crime to be punished. Yes, and less degree violence of physical abuse and hitting and injuring Palestinian citizens, tens of cases, and you can visit our websites and see the photos and the events with no real punishment of those who, or investigation of those who did that crimes.
Aziz?
Thank you so much for your presentation. Two questions. I wonder whether you had any hearing with the president to tell him what he really should think of Bibi Netanyahu's offer for two-state solution. Secondly, about the demographic, I read that there's, in terms of demographic, either in Israel proper or in the West Bank, that the age group from 1 to 5 on the Palestinian side represent 19% of the population, while on the Israeli side it represents 5% only. And the projection is that in 15 years, the number of Palestinians, either in the West Bank or in Israel proper, will supersede the number of Israelis. Is that part of the public discourse in Israel? And is these figures correct?
These figures are correct. We are 20% of the population, but we are only 14% of the voters. Why? Because we are much more younger society and community than the Jewish majority. The demographic argument is there always, in the mainly used by Labour Party, Kadima, those center or right center parties and groups. And in the last speech of Secretary of State Clinton, she used this argument in AIPAC. She talked about demography. I can assure that I am not a threat to the state of Israel, because I have only two daughters. Only two daughters. And because they are counting us every day.